Today, I'm going to go over the CAP theorem, what it is, and how you can use it to choose the best solution for your databases. What is the CAP theorem? The CAP theorem is finding the ideal database for your application is largely a choice between trade-offs. The CAP theorem is one concept that can help you understand the trade-offs between different databases. The CAP theorem was originally designed and proposed by Eric Brewer in 2000. There are three desirable properties to balance. One being consistency. Consistency is where all users get the same data no matter where they read the data from. Availability. Availability ensures users can always read from and write to the database. Partition tolerance. Partition tolerance ensures that databases work when divided across multiple networks. Applying the CAP theorem. The CAP theorem states that at most, you can only guarantee two of the three properties simultaneously. You can have an available partition database, a consistent partition tolerant database, or a consistent available database. One thing to note is that not all of these properties are necessarily exclusive of each other. You can have a consistent partition tolerant database that still has an emphasis on availability, but you're going to sacrifice either part of your consistency or your partition tolerance to achieve this. The CAP theorem and SQL versus NoSQL. With SQL, relational databases tend to be towards consistency and availability. Partition tolerance is something that relational databases typically don't handle very well. Often you have to write custom code and handle the partitioning of relational databases. On the other hand, NoSQL databases tend towards partitioning tolerance, and they are designed with the idea in mind that you're going to be adding more nodes to your database as it grows. Applying this to what we've learned. MongoDB is a consistent partition-tolerant database where users always get the same data back from MongoDB regardless of when they read it. Where MySQL is a consistent available database. In some instances, the CAP theorem may not apply to your application. Depending on the size of your application, CAP trade-offs may be irrelevant. If you have a small or low traffic website, partitionings may be useless to you. In some cases, consistency trade-offs might not be even noticeable. For instance, the votes on a comment may not show up right away for all users. This is fine as long as all the votes are displayed eventually. The CAP theorem can be used as a guide for categorizing trade-offs between different databases. Overall, consistency, availability, and partition tolerance are all desirable properties in a database. While you may not be able to get all three in any single database system, you can use the CAP theorem to help you decide what to prioritize.